friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting project to share with you. I bought many garden beds from Costco and installed them in multiple areas of my garden. I consolidated all these garden beds spread across my garden into one large garden bed configuration. This will not only make my garden look more organized, but also maximize the growing space. Let me show you how I did that. I'll also walk you through how I filled these garden beds, installed drip irrigation, what I planted in them, and how they transformed into a beautiful, lush, and thriving vegetable garden bed. Let's get into the video now. These are various garden beds I brought from other areas of my garden. Now I have assembled them into this configuration, which not only works better for this area but also looks nice. This is my composting area where I collect all organic waste. You see, there are a lot of uncooked leaves on the top since I gathered them only earlier this spring. Filling all of these garden beds with garden soil would be costly. I gather mulch, tree debris, leaves, brown paper, grass cuttings, cardboard boxes, and kitchen waste in my compost area. I've chosen to fill half of these beds with this partially composted material and leaves. Additionally, using compost or partially decomposed organic material to fill the garden beds will promote healthier plant growth. Having a tractor and wheelbarrow is very helpful for transporting these large amounts of semi-cooked composted material to my garden beds, making my job much easier and faster. Believe me, it still took me an entire day to fill these garden beds and finish the work. Now all my beds are filled with leaves and semi-cooked composting materials. The next step is to add garden soil. This is garden soil I purchased in bulk from a local landscaping store last year, and I still have plenty left, so I'm going to use it to fill the garden beds. I had to fill 11 garden beds, each 4 by 4 feet in size, which made for a heavy task. It was quite taxing on my hands. I aimed to finish all the garden beds in one day, so I worked non-stop. I began around 8 a.m. in the morning and nearly completed the work late in the evening. But in the end, it is done. I am very happy and very fulfilling. As a final step, I cleaned the debris from the garden beds, and now I'm finished for today. I'll return another day to install the drip irrigation. This is the day I installed drip irrigation for this larger garden bed. I used one Rain Drip brand full circle 360-degree drip irrigation micro spray for each bed, which has worked exceptionally well for me. I also utilized a Wi-Fi controlled timer to schedule watering. If you're interested, I can create a detailed video on how to install drip irrigation step by step. Please let me know if you're interested. Now the garden bed is fully prepared and ready for planting vegetables. Before planting anything in the garden bed, it is really important to soak the garden bed with water. I am planting corn plants in some of the garden beds. I started the seedlings from seeds indoors, and now I am planting them. I always grow all my vegetables from seeds and don't buy them from the store. If you're interested, let me know. I can create a detailed video on how to start seeds indoors before spring. I am using my bare hands to plant the young seedlings since I am not comfortable handling the seedlings with gloves. Using my bare hands allows me to carefully separate and plant them in the soil. These are okra plants. I sowed okra seeds directly into the soil in the garden bed without starting seedlings indoors this year, and it has worked out great. Additionally, I planted tomato seedlings and pumpkin in these garden beds. I decided to mulch the garden beds due to the hot summer this year in Atlanta. Mulching helps retain soil moisture, suppress weeds, regulate soil temperature, and improve overall soil health. I noticed my corn plants were getting damaged by cutworms, slugs, and snails. I had to replant my corn seedlings due to these pests. After replanting, I decided to protect them by spraying diatomaceous earth powder. Diatomaceous earth is beneficial because 1. Natural pest control. It effectively kills insects like cutworms, slugs, and snails by absorbing their protective oils and drying them out. 2. Safe for plants. It is non-toxic to plants, animals, and humans, making it a safe option for organic gardening. 3. Long-lasting. It remains effective as long as it is dry and undisturbed, providing ongoing protection against pests. Also, you might have seen my previous video where I sprayed nematodes to control pests and protect my young seedlings, especially plants like corn seedlings. Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. Today we are exploring the amazing world of beneficial nematodes. These tiny organisms may seem small, but they are mighty allies in pest control and soil health. Join me as I delve into 3 types of beneficial nematodes and how they can supercharge your garden. If you haven't watched that video yet, I encourage you to do so to understand the comprehensive benefits of spraying nematodes. When it comes to fertilizing my vegetable plants and fruit trees, I always use organic fertilizers such as bone meal, blood meal, worm castings, compost, and organic all-purpose food. I avoid using any chemicals on my plants, and I've been very successful with this approach for many years. Additionally, I control all pest issues using organic methods like neem oil, soap, baking soda, nematodes, diatomaceous earth powder, etc. I completely avoid using chemicals in my garden. If you're interested in learning how to control various pests using these organic methods, please let me know. I can do a detailed video on it in future. Additionally, I covered the young seedlings with clear, ventilated planters to protect them from wind, squirrels, and other pests. I planted a couple of pumpkin seedlings in 2 corners of the garden beds. As you can see, they have already established themselves very well in 10 days after planting. I had to install tomato cages for my tomato plants because they are growing and need better support. Tomato cages help keep the plants upright as they grow, preventing them from bending or breaking under the weight of their fruit. This ensures healthier plants and makes harvesting easier by keeping the tomatoes off the ground. Look at my okra plants. They've started emerging from seeds and look exceptionally healthy. I'm really excited that directly sowing okra seeds this year worked out so well, eliminating the need to start seedlings indoors. I have noticed in the past that rabbits and squirrels have sometimes gotten into my garden beds and damaged my plants. Look, I've now removed the clear containers from my young corn seedlings that they've grown a bit. Now I've installed garden mesh netting around my corn plants to protect them from wind damage, squirrels, and rabbits. Now notice the growth of my plants after 3 weeks. They have grown very healthy. You can see the pumpkin plant with numerous flowers blooming beautifully. This is after 5 weeks. So I had to install 6 feet deep posts and cover my corn plants with metal fence because they have grown taller. Last year, all my corn plants were damaged in a storm. Hopefully this will protect my corn plants from being damaged by heavy winds. See, I've installed a vertical cattle panel with some T-posts in one of the garden beds. On this side of the garden bed, I've planted Indian cucumber or yellow cucumber called Thosakai in Tamil so that I can trellis the plant on this cattle panel. That's all, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it inspiring. I'll continue to show you how these plants are progressing and share some harvesting videos from these garden beds. See you in the next video. Bye.